So a lucky few of us got to play a demo of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It included two classes, the Graveborn and the Stabbermancer, and a small segment of the game. So I thought I would jump in, show you what you can expect, give you some impressions, some feedback, and overall just go through things. So if you want to take that journey with me, let's continue. First up, let's jump into the Stabbermancer. So we begin in an area called Mount Craw. It's off the beaten path and completely optional. In this particular mission, we're looking for the GTFO camp, and we can follow that quest line all the way through to the end of the demo. However, along the way, there are different side missions and different things you can collect and do. If we have a look at the map, it is quite large for just an optional area. Also, if we have a look at the journal, there's nothing in the quest log, and that's intentional because it doesn't want to spoil anything, especially the main mission line that you'll be on. This is roughly around chapter 4. I don't know if that means anything to you yet since you haven't played the game, but it's a tiny bit into the game. Now, we can see that there are campaign challenges similar to how they were in the Borderlands series, like finding certain things or activating certain things like obelisks and poetry pages and lucky dice. Lucky dice in particular, we might see a little bit into the demo, but it's randomly rolling a D20 dice. The better the roll, the better the loot you get. So you gotta find them around the world, and there's a lot of other little things like that. Now, if we have a look at the inventory, we have melee weapons that do roll like regular guns did in Borderlands. So you can see they have different status effects. They have different damage types, attack speed. This one restores 3.1% of your spell cooldown when you hit. So if you are that magey kind of character, this will be a great one for you. However, the Great Axe of the Butcher also slows enemies and gives you maximum health and ward being shields, if you relate it back to the Borderlands series. So I'm going to equip that one. And then we have a ring slot, which gives you different upgrades, and you can see that when we play a little bit more, I'm sure one will drop. And then we have the ward, which is essentially the shield. Then we have different spells that you can equip. The Calamity of Recovery, I'll show you that soon. Highly effective versus flesh. Fire and forget. And this is your armor slot. So you get movement speed and gun damage with this one, and increased damage to skeletons and zombies. We have different spells, different guns, different status effects. For example, if you inspect the Nightshade, which is highly effective against wards because it is that lightning damage. It mentions here, lightning is strong against wards. As you can see, 175% increase to shields. You can see the different parts as well. It's quite complex. Anyway, let's jump over to skills. Now, this is the Stabbermancer. It has a perk called Dirty Fighting. This is always on. If you multi-class and you get the Stabbermancer as a secondary, you'll just get a straight 30% increase to critical hit chance. And if it's your primary, you'll just always have this. And then we have two abilities that you have from the start. You have Ghost Blade, and you have from the shadows. Ghost Blade is more of a spell. It sends out this blade here that he's messing around with, and you can reposition it. It stays out there spinning around for a while and does melee damage, your melee damage to enemies. So this is the general theme of the Stabbermancer, is it has a lot of melee damage options, and it makes melee damage quite viable. Then we have From the Shadows, which is your typical stealth ability. While you're stealthed, you always crit. It's less crit damage, but it is a long duration and the enemies won't know you're there. And I'll go through all of these individually, but you can see that they're all about status, damage, and effect duration. It's about gun damage. It's about melee damage. It's about movement. And one in particular here is shooting and sprinting at the same time, which you might be used to in the Borderlands series. And then spreading status effects. We have critical hits dealing more damage. We have melee critical hits doing status effects. And then we have critical hits creating ethereal blades as the capstone here. So this is the overall Stabbermancer skill tree. So if you've built a character that wants to focus on melee, that wants to focus on those status effects, Stabbermancer might be the primary or even the secondary that you pick up. And in this demo, you only have the Stabbermancer or the Graveborn. You don't have a secondary, so I can't show you how the secondaries relate together. But essentially what will happen is you'll have two skill trees, one for your primary and one for your secondary. And perhaps you want to go status effects. Maybe you pick up another class like the Berserker, who focuses on frost status effects, and then you pump your bonus points into the Stabbermancer's status effect durations. So you can see how they can kind of cross-contaminate each other, and yes, that was a pun. And then we have hero stats. You start off with 10 in every stat: strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, constitution, and attunement when you start the game. Then you have 10 to place, as well as picking a background. And in this particular case, the pack rat is the background, and it gives -2 dexterity, +2 intelligence, -2 constitution, you can see it down here, and +5 attunement. And that affects the maximum growth. The normal amount is a max of 30, and then that is changed by your background. If you go below 10, you start to get the negative. So you can see crit going up to 1.3. With 1 point, it's going to go down 1.3% if you go below 10. So you can build your class the way you want it. Wisdom is status damage, for example. If you wanted to go that status build and focus just on status effects and durations, then you would just pump up your wisdom to start. And maybe you put in spell cooldown if you want to sling spells around. And I touched on this just before. You do have a spell slot. This functions like grenades. I will show you it in a second, but spells are your basic grenades in this game, except they have cooldowns instead of having ammo. And there are a lot more of them. A lot more. They all have their own random rolls like guns do when they drop. So let's take a look at the myth rank you can't see, so that's why I skipped over it. You need to get at level 40 to see that. Let's take a look quickly at spells. So this is the Calamity, and this is your ability here. From the shadows, go stealth, so on. But you can see it's very Borderlands. If you are expecting something different, if you're expecting a completely different take, Gearbox to go a completely different direction, you're not going to get that here. This is Borderlands with a coat of fantasy. And frankly, from what I've played so far, fantasy seems to really suit this style of game. The enemies seem to be a lot better. The abilities seem to work very well with it. It's definitely... And I can reposition the Ghost Blade like so. It works very well. Anyway, let's switch to the Graveborn now. So we're on the Graveborn. The Graveborn, you might notice, starts with this Lich companion.
Hey, who wants some? Come and get it! That's what I thought.
Don't know what I expected from someone who's half mouth.
Quite cool. It's always on perk, the Demi-Lich companion. So whenever you fire a spell off, it fires a spell of the same type off, and it does 28 damage, as you can see here, when it does do that. And it does just normally attack for 9 damage. It does have health, and it does have a respawn cooldown. Dire Sacrifice, and Reaper of Bones. Reaper of Bones is your buff that you put on yourself, and it gives you Life Leech as your health gradually drains. And if you die during the duration, you become invulnerable instead of actually falling to the ground and needing a second wind. Dire Sacrifice sacrifices some of your health to do a burst around you. Now, the Graveborn is all about increasing your health and doing dark magic. They also have things here and there to help with spells. It also has bonuses involving companions. So this one in particular, you get more damage the more companions you have. So if you multi-class with, say, the Spore Warden, who has a companion as a class feat as well, you will have plus 18% damage because you have plus 9% per companion. So that definitely stacks. There's more health regen, and there's a lot of dark magic damage increasing kind of abilities. You also have a lot of kill skills, and kill skills activate obviously when you kill something. And at the end, at the capstone, casting a spell activates all of your kill skills. So you could pick a secondary if you did go the Graveborn that has a lot of kill skills, and then you could get this capstone and you could kind of combo that way. Or you could go something like Clawbringer and focus on pets, or you could just go pure spells and focus on that. So there are a few options with the Graveborn. In terms of the inventory, has a Nightshade that deals the new Leech status effect, which I will show you now. It is Dark Magic, and Leech just steals the enemy's life force over time, so it does make you quite a bit more tanky, but in turn you do reduce damage to every type: flesh, armor, shield, and bone. So let's switch back to the Stabbermancer. Here we go. So I am going to run through my impressions of the game so far over playing this particular demo, and then I'll just leave it and let you guys watch the rest. It is going to be quite long. But to start with, how do I feel about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands? Do I want to play this? Will I be finishing it? Will I be completing it? Absolutely. This is more Borderlands. If you like Borderlands and you like the Borderlands recipe, this is more of that. You know, it's one part epic loot, another part shooter, another part stabber, and now you sprinkle in for flavor some zappy. And honestly, the spells and the lower ability cooldowns really kind of add that extra flavor. There is a lot more to the general combat loop now. It doesn't ever feel like you're just stuck shooting. If you do invest heavily into spells, you'll find yourself casting them more often than you shoot. If you invest heavily into melee, you'll find yourself doing the same as well. You might have noticed that the Stabbermancer has that basic pistol that you start with that's like a crossbow. The more cross bolts that you kind of lodge into your enemies, the more melee damage you do. So your rotation could be to start with a spell, then launch some cross bolts into an enemy, and then follow up with a melee to stun and finish them. Yes, melee can knock around enemies, especially the smaller ones. Bosses and the badasses won't really be knocked around as easily, but you can stun enemies and knock them around with physics. So I've noticed spells doing that, and I've noticed melee doing that, and some very powerful weapons. So combat overall has been improved. The sound design's a lot better. The way weapons look and feel is more weighty. It overall is an improvement to Borderlands 3. The guns feel better. They sound better. The spells feel really nice. Some feel very powerful. At the start, some feel weak. Like you'll notice the ones that I'm using now, if I was to use them against enemies, which you will see soon, don't worry. I'm just kind of playing around with the different abilities because that's what kind of Borderlands is about. And a lot of people just like to min-max the game. You will notice that some don't seem to do a lot of damage at the start, but if you do put that investment in, you get some of these epic armor pieces or epic rings, or there's more ways to customize your character essentially. And if you do focus around certain damage types, you are going to do a lot more with them. So combat's been improved. Now, in terms of graphics, the graphics are, all intents and purposes, exactly the same. This is what you can expect from Borderlands 3, and if you were to tell me this is a Borderlands 3 mod, I would completely believe you. Like, it has not been upgraded almost at all. Some might notice a difference, but for me, it's more of the same, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. The art style is very unique. It's that not cel-shaded kind of art style. But what has been improved is the fact that this is a fantasy setting, not a sci-fi setting. So the game lends itself incredibly well to this setting. The enemies are far more varied and unique, even in terms of gameplay, not just graphically. You know, some will come at you with guns, some will come at you with melee, but now some are spellcasters, some are, you know, suicidal like we used to, but suicidal in different status effects, which you'll see a frosty suicidal guy coming up after these wyverns. So graphically, there is a lot more interesting things to look at to get those serotonin juices flowing around your brain. This is a better version of Borderlands, in my opinion. I love sci-fi, and sci-fi is probably my favorite genre, but fantasy just seems to work so well with Gearbox games. Look at the UI, for example. There's a kind of scripture feel to it, you know, mana and health kind of right above it. You know, there's even look at the UI here. You know, look at the controls. Look at the fonts. It just seems to fit the game very well. You can also see the weapon that we have equipped. It's an assault rifle. It's got these kind of crystals on the top. It is, you know, in all intents and purposes, still a gun. But the art style overall lends itself very well to this setting. There's guns that you reload with sprinkling little magic dust over the top. There's some that you fix by using a wand to repair broken parts. You know, the fantasy setting has a license to do whatever it needs to because, you know, magic can explain everything. Why does something work? Well, magic. You can't really do that with sci-fi. Yes, Borderlands did push the scientific explanations to its absolute limit, but there was a limit. Whereas there really isn't with fantasy. So expect some truly crazy things within a universe that was already truly crazy. And then you have Tiny Tina narrating everything, and she is the, I guess, the definition of crazy. So you can expect the story not to really follow any predetermined path. It's going to go any way it needs to go. I mean, just in this demo, and you will see it a lot, you can just choose to seduce things to make problems go away. You know, there's a door in your way, seduce it. There's a evil wizard threatening a town, seduce it. You know, you can seduce everything. And there's little things like that that just add a bit of flavor to a setting that was already pretty flavorful. So it is an improvement in terms of storytelling. Now, is the story as epic as Borderlands 3? I don't know yet. I haven't played through the main storyline. I played the demo, so I can't really comment upon that. But in terms of just this side mission, in terms of just the side missions that we get access to within this demo, yeah, they were fun. I can't comment on the larger picture, but I was compelled to complete everything. I really wanted to see how things went. I wanted to hear more of the story, and I just wanted a few more laughs, you know. So it's a bit of dumb fun. And if you're expecting some grandiose kind of reason to compel you forward, like a Mass Effect or another similar kind of narrative-driven game, you're not going to get that here. This is Borderlands with a coat of paint, so don't expect that. Now the way I'm playing is I'm trying out different weapons, I'm trying out different spells. I really want to give you guys an idea of what you can expect. So this is a sniper, I'm guessing, so yeah, sniper. Okay. So it's hard to play and to talk and to really showcase what the game has to offer, so I hope you give me a break there. Now, this is, like I mentioned, off the beaten path. This is not a mainline mission, and there are a few noted UI bugs because this is a previous build. This is not the build we're getting at release. So there are a few times you're probably going to see the overarching main mission pop up on the right as an objective. I want to use this spell. Let's try it out. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Alright, so there's everything you can expect in the Borderlands game is running, sliding, kicking, shooting, switching to secondary effects, abilities, and now there's spells. But is there anything stand out different? Is there something that really mixes up the formula? And the answer to that question is no. There really is not. Yes, there's more ways to customize. Yes, there's more guns. Yes, there's more weapons. Yes, there's Tiny Tina narrating like she is now. Yes, there's a bigger world. There's an overworld that we don't get access to in a demo. And there's more characters. Brooklyn Nine-Nine guy just was chatting there, Valentine. There's improvement to everything, but there isn't a drastic formula change. I can't really comment on the difficulty. It's right now on normal. It's what you expect, you know. I died a few times. On the harder difficulty, some enemies felt a bit bullet spongy. I can't comment on co-op either because we weren't able to do so. I can't comment on the Endgame because obviously this is yet again just a demo. So there's a lot that I can't really tell you in this preview. And all those things kind of count because these kinds of games, I love playing co-op. I love getting my friends on, going through this all together. And if that's what you plan on doing, I can foresee this being extremely fun because the story isn't doled out to you like it is in the aforementioned BioWare games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, where you kind of have to stand there and make dialogue choices. You know, in this you can continue to play as the characters talk. So you can keep shooting, you can keep looting, you keep looking at your inventory and manage that while things are playing out. So it will be good for multiplayer. Now, in terms of the end game, which is also extremely important because we all know a lot of people will get through any kind of Borderlands story and expect some kind of farming, raiding end game to min-max their loot and min-max their builds. Will they be an end game? Absolutely. Gearbox has always been known to do so, and they have confirmed many a times that they are focusing quite heavily on the end game. So there will be those legendaries that you will be chasing. There will be sweet loot that you'll be after and bosses you'll be killing over and over again. There is a boss at the end of this demo, and I promise I'll play through as much as I can. I won't keep talking, but I'll play through as much as we can so we can get to that end game boss and you can have a look for yourself. There is bosses, and from what I've been told, there's a lot of different mechanics within the bosses, but the boss that we fight at the end of this demo, there isn't really anything particularly stand out about it. It does have sections that you can blow off, and it does have its attacks, but it just feels like there's nothing new about it. I felt like there was a very similar boss in Borderlands 3. So mechanically, I wasn't super impressed with that boss, but perhaps there are bosses later on in the game, or earlier in the game, or in different sections, or in the main line, for example, because this is, once again, off the beaten path, like I said millions of times, and I'm guessing you're sick of hearing. So it's just one of those bosses that you probably don't even need to fight. Now you can see this is one of the guns I mentioned that when you reload it, you just sprinkle some magical powder into the top. It is a shotgun as well, and from what I just saw, it doesn't seem to do that much damage. Let's try switching up the spells to give you a good look. I don't seem to have anything that I want to switch into. Calamity of Recovery. Yeah, okay. That's the comet, I think. Or the meteor, sorry. Alright, let's continue on. Now, these taskmasters here are quite a bit damage spongy. As you can see. But Borderlands kind of needs these damage spongy enemies, as much as people hate the term damage sponge, to showcase and to almost level check you, or to item check you. If you're very behind in levels or very behind in items, it's going to be very difficult for you to kill. But if you've got something overpowered or you're over leveled, these are just going to go down super quick, and you're going to really feel the power of min-maxing, and that's the idea of having these more powerful enemies. But then you have these golden axe throwers, and they're just super easy to kill. Right. So we have different melee weapons, different armor pieces. And it's not just armor and weapons that are going to drop specifically for your class. They're going to be dropping for all the classes, because why not bank those? Why not put them in your inventory, not in your inventory, into your stash, because you can change your secondary class. So you're not locked into the secondary class that you pick. You can go to any quick change station and change it up. You can't change your primary class, but you can change your secondary. So you might want, like we saw before, the Spore Warden's increase of power, because you might have Spore Warden as your secondary. So there's a reason for all the different kinds of weapons and items dropping for different classes. So it might increase the need to farm, but there's a reason for it, and I definitely welcome the customization, because for me, and what I enjoy in these kinds of games is really min-maxing and customizing the way I want to play and the way I want my character to be built. And from the onset, it seems like there is a lot more options here than there was in Borderlands 3. So in conclusion, I have very much enjoyed my time with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I want to play it, I want to finish it, I want to co-op it, I want to dive headfirst into this game. I really enjoy everything about it. I don't know if I would recommend it to people who didn't like the Borderlands formula. It's really just not going to be for you regardless. Or maybe if you just enjoy fantasy settings versus sci-fi settings, it might be time to pick up and take a look again, because You have your goblins, you have your skeletons, you have your dragons, you have your magic. Maybe it's something you enjoy more. But if you just don't like the minute-to-minute combat, if you don't like the looter shooter kind of formula, you won't like this. That's just simple. So if you like everything Wonderlands, you know what to do. Do that typical YouTube stuff. I'm gonna stop talking now and just keep playing, just to focus a little bit more. I love picking up all these chests, and I love just diving into this kind of game and not having to think about what to say. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do the typical thing. Tell me what classes you want to play. Tell me this is your kind of game. Do all that typical YouTube stuff. You have no idea how much it really helps in the end. If you want to know more about Starfield, want to know more about the next Mass Effect, you're really into RPGs, the kind of AAA games, then you're in the right place. Keep following, because that's my thing, guys. That's my thing. So, thank you so much, and let's take down this Taskmaster.
Recharge! Drop the ball! As always, good triumphs over evil. Or was it lawful over chaos? A new facet by gleaming potential. Fulminate!
Back to work, lazy gobs! Or become kill!
Maybe me eat you when done kill you. Kinda cute. Jolly King! You cannot stem the tide of sin. Gather round! Come help us! How swift they go! You're not escaping, you top you!
That was a close one. Thought he was gonna strip the green off my board.
Perhaps Jar is ready to fight on her own. Little one, I have a gift for you.
What? What is it? Oh my god, a weapon! Look, I have some GTFO training, but I've never been in a real fight before!
Ah, but I can see the courage you possess. You can do this.
Okay, if you say so. But right now, it's time to claim the heavens for the glorious resistance! Raise the GTFO flag!
Rise up!
Okay, this is your big moment. Don't screw it up.
For Gob!
Hear me, my goblin kid! The revolution is upon us! GTFO is here to free you from bondage under the false god Barkina! Join us, and together we will cast off the chains of oppression! All right,
Freedom! At last, our
ready for the next phase of our operation? I did some recon earlier and spotted a bunch of political prisoners. In the lakeside village. We gotta free them!
The end draws near.
There it is. Are you ready? We need to free the GTFO prisoners. But be careful. The troll jailer's are tough as gobnails. I'll join you in a sec. Fight on, champion!
These skills are the inks with which I scribe my name in legend. Their strength waves.
my day.
I'll haunt you if I can. Struggle is Cryo YOLO, boyo!
odd to imprison goblins somewhere so beautiful.
Oh, it's the worst, isn't it? Natural beauty, sunshine, fresh air. It makes me sick to think subject goblins to such horrible conditions.
Extinction event!
Eldon's parents were legendary heroes. Wyvern tamers, giant slayers, favorites of the queen. He wants so much to be special like them. Like me. When I said he already was, he scoffed. He wants so much to be extra when I'd be so happy with ordinary.
Begone, coward!
Get lucky!
Hold on to something! I can cast again!
scrawled upon yonder parchment. Verily, 'tis a poem. Surely the author would be glad to see its safe return.
Where are the orcs? The dwarves disappeared and the golems are gone.
For the rest of that poem, simply walk your little leggy legs to the tavern in Brayhoof.
Hey! 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 Over here! Give me a hand! Yes! I can't believe it!
You did it! And the prisoners are finally safe back in their dank pits. Oh, how I miss my dank pits. But there's still more to be done.
Well, that's the measure of you, isn't it? Hold fast! Strike true!
And you feel luckier.
I feel magical! That would hardly be sporting, would it?
Ready for the next phase of our operation? Next, we have to seize the means of production, then destroy them. That'll show Partner we mean business. Come this way.
Just keep it in your pants, okay, darling? Your gun, I mean. Name's Bench. We here in the village have been having a spot of trouble with our local evil wizard, Baldar the Ghastly. I know you can help.
It will only be the work of a moment to blow his brain from his skull. Back in a flash.
No! This village has seen enough violence for one lifetime. We want this solved peacefully. Just get him to leave us alone.
Consider my weapon holstered. I am certain this will be simple. Can't I just max out everything? Breathed in pain! I lack the ability to do that.
So let me get this straight. We're trying to not aggro this guy?
Yeah, you heard the bird. Don't worry, I'm sure this will be super duper easy since you're both, masters of finesse. Smoothest of the smooth.
Oh, we can finesse. We're finesse-capable.
Aw, you really do think that? And I want you to know, from me to you, it's really adorable.
now, curse you! I can cast no more. Evil wizard, I presume?
Yes, I take pride in finding new and exciting ways to terrorize those infernal nerds in the village. And with this one-of-a-kind scroll, I shall unlock an ancient tomb housing a weapon more horrifying than you can imagine.
Though slaying him would be wildly satisfying, I promise bench non-violence. I see only one other way forward. Fine, sir. You are so very alluring. I feel a mutual attraction. Perhaps we should go to be alone together.
Oh, not this again. Curse these good looks. Do I look like I smash? I'm an evil wizard. I do not smash. Leave me alone. You'll never catch me.
Thank goodness that didn't work. Well, time to catch a wizard.
You will never lay hands upon me, the evilest of all wizards.
I apologize for making you uncomfortable. Please don't make me do it again.
Please, don't try to seduce me again. It makes me feel super awkward. If you just let me go, I'll give you this. It will unseal an ancient cave, and within you will find a weapon.
I feel a great shift in the magical fabric of the universe. Did you solve our wizard problem?
Ah, yes, we hashed things out using our words. As a thank you, he bequeathed me a scroll. It appears to open a cave holding a powerful weapon.
Oh, dear. A weapon, you say? Well, you're obviously more than capable of solving our problems without violence. Please get that weapon away from us before any more harm comes to our peaceful village.
So that was really our best effort at seduction, huh?
What? No, just warming up. Yeah, just rusty is all. But we'll do it better next time.
I look forward to seeing you try, nerds.
You pay for your authoritarian ways! They're just a bunch of fascists!
Pardon me, guard, but I must pass you in order to enter that cave.
No, and I don't care who sent you. It's too risky. We don't want any more violence.
Ooh, hiding something, fascist? Let's see what you got in there.
If I stay my trigger finger, there may be more than one other way forward here. My dear guard, can I call you guard? Do you feel that in the air? I believe it's love. I want to wrap you in my arms and hold you forever. Come with me, so that we may never be apart.
Oh my god, I feel it too. Yes, absolutely. Let's be crazy kids and just do this.
Disgusting! Fascist pigs! The both of you! The resistance won't forget this!
This is a sacred resting place. Begone.
Hey! I told you the old seduction technique would work better this time.
Yeah, maybe a little too well, though. This little dude will not stop following us around.
Aw, but he likes us. It's kind of sweet.
Is it, though?
Y'all do know you're gonna have to let him down gently, right?
Our kids are gonna be so cute.
Heroism required so much math.
Live one!
No time for prayer! I sense evil afoot. Darkness, flees before the light. Now that's all right.
Now I'm marked!
Finally, we can put this scroll to use. Reveal your weapon, Cave!
That scroll looks like serious trouble. Don't risk a love like this, baby. Not when we're getting started. Please, be careful.
Whither shall I go? Nerp, Sorth, Wibbles, or the other one? I shall now read from the scroll. Aperta dilatato foraminis. It appears this is definitively not a seduction moment.
End them so we can start our lives together.
Figuratively, obviously.
This I swear, you will fall this day. He shall never prevail.
We all die. Why not get ahead of the rush?
I am not so easily bested.
You'll join our ranks soon enough.
Oh, skull holes. Neat.
Oh, thank you so much for noticing.
Just say the word, baby, and we can get out of here. Fresh start, no weapons, no ancient guardians' ominous voice, no scrolls. Just us and our love. Oh, no. This is all too dangerous for me. I'll meet you back at the gate, babe. Be strong.
You have completed the ritual. But how dare you wake me from my ancient slumber? I am Runefeld, guardian of the Dark Hole. First of my name, last of my kind. Somewhere in the middle of reading anywhere between 1 and
Pardon my brazen manner, but I should like to kiss your lips?
Absolutely not! And how dare you attempt to tempt me? I am ascended far beyond such things. You will die for that presumptuousness, mortal!
Damn, this is one thirsty party. Flip it! Tina's so proud of you.
Recharge!
I shall not yield to the likes of you.
I certainly hope that thing did not have any pious. Well, it's dead now, regardless. I suppose this would be the time for me to quickly loot and be on my way.
The weapon is in your hands. Now go on, skedaddle out of this dusty
I think we did all right, non-violence-wise.
Yeah, totally. But I did learn something. And that something is this. Violence really is the answer to most things. Most of the time.
Hard to argue with that.
Is that a thing here? Science?
Ready to go, sweetie?
Such a grand arsenal. Oh, you. Forgive me, but I hope you can understand. I believe we would be better off as friends.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, for sure. Same. Great. This is perfect. So, see you around then, huh? I guess? Maybe? Okay, great. This is great. And now, if you'll excuse me.
Have you ever seen such a skilled hero? There's no escape! Here!
So, have you retrieved the weapon? We can live our peaceful lives without fear?
Indeed, the only violence was done to the weapon's ancient guardian. But it was very large and angry.
It is disappointing to hear you turn to violence, but I am appreciative of your efforts nonetheless. You may keep that wretched weapon. Be gone!
Here we are. Now, the means of production are also engines of oppression. So go bust them up! I'm gonna go secure our route by dropping the bridge. We'll meet up there.
On the pile.
fellow Robo-Bro would like your assistance with his smithing gig. And I'm gonna be real with you for a second. It's not going well so far. He's terrible at his job, and most things that he does, he's just kind of a rolling tragedy.
Interested in some smithing work? Fair tidings, friend. I have the perfect job for someone like you. And by like you, I mean willing to do back-breaking dangerous labor for a pittance.
Ah, labor tempers the spirit and enriches the body. Tell me this task.
The blacksmith of this forge, Master Tunhammer, is off on a delivery, and he left me in charge of forging a bunch of magical gear while he's gone. Thing is, I kind of forged my forging resume. I don't know how to smith magic items worth a dang, but I do know it starts with mining magic ore. You grab that pick and bust your hump mining and defending yourself from wild animals, while I do the much harder task of preparing the forge. You're all set. Now head to the quarry out back. That magic ore isn't gonna mine itself. There's the quarry. Ah! Looks like Master Tunhammer's locked it up. You can pick locks, right?
Larceny is not my usual purview, but I dare say I can manage.
Nice thinking, apprentice. Now put those skills to use on that ore. Great job, apprentice. I'm proud of you. That's a little thing called positive feedback, and it's good for morale. At least that's what I've read. I wouldn't know.
Oh, you are so ugly. Don't just make your battles better. Eat my short pants.
The forces of darkness approach. Nice. I can cast again! Lightning!
All right, apprentice, haul that magic ore back here so I can get to work on my masterpiece. Now I need you to drop the bits of ore there to fuse them into a workable hunk of metal. Fuse the ores, apprentice. Fuse the ores. Okay, now it's time to roll up my servo motor cladding and hammer this useless junk into a magic weapon worthy of the gods. Oh, this isn't working!
It's okay, Claptrap. Maybe you're just not cut out for accomplishing things.
It's this hammer! Master Tunhammer took the good hammer with him, and that magic ore is too strong for any ordinary tool to work. You try! Use the toughest tool you've got! I loosened it up for you. More importantly, I've done it! I've crafted the ultimate weapon! Wait, what the heck is this? Well, we tried honest labor, but now it's time to do what you do best. Take better gear from other people and pass it off as your own. Let's be real, we both knew it would come to this.
I guess I was never made for a life of simple labor. Ah, well, adventure calls. Where to?
To the mountain of despair! That's not its official name, but I am pretty desperate, so that's what I'm calling it. Also, bring the pick. No sense in letting good ore go to waste. If you find any while you're out there, bring it back here for some extra coin. The mountain is full of adventurers who got lost and kicked the bucket while carrying all sorts of magic loot. All you have to do is get the good stuff and bring it back here. Then I can pretend I made it, and Master Tunhammer will be impressed and probably give me a promotion. That means more responsibilities, which
I've arrived at the mountain's base. Where to next?
We're looking to Charles' ring of fire dancing let him walk on lava unharmed. But he was notoriously clumsy and fell face first into the river and burned to a crisp. All that remains is that ring. Silly humans. When will they learn that one wheel beats two legs any day? That's twice as many things that can go wrong. No wonder you're always tripping all over the place.
Dare to return. magic begin! I shall... And fight on! I feel magical!
Ah, there it is! Smash that rock chunk to pieces and get that ring!
How tragic. Not even hands of stone can cling on forever.
Ha ha! Well done! Now grab that magic bling! It's not like he needs it anymore. Great! Now, for the next item, I want to get something cool. Literally! Somewhere in the Frosty Hollow, there's the Cloak of Runald. Hurry, apprentice! Your master commands you! Runald was a mighty barbarian who hoped to slay the Frost Goblins, thinking his Cloak of Cold Resistance would protect him. Well, Runald was frozen solid, but the enchantment kept his cloak in perfect condition.
We could just use the crafting rules to make our own gear.
Girl, that sounds boring as hell. We don't have time for all that crap.
Yeah, fighting people and taking their stuff is way faster and more exciting.
But it's a crafting quest.
My sweet baby friend. I pinky promised that next show we can narrate all the boring stuff you love and roll dice all you want, but for now, we're doing things my way with guns and loot and adventure and actually...
Fine.
This should do it!
My spell is ready! You have been judged and found wanting.
Show them no quarter!
Droplins? Fend them off, apprentice!
Ready to cast! As always, good triumphs over evil. Or was it lawful over chaos? Not a chance! Reveal!
Oh, duh! It's magic ice! You can't hack it! You'll have to kill the Froblets to end their icy enchantment and free the cloak!
Time to kick ass and forget me! Peek beyond the veil! Getting cold already!
Recharge! I miss my sword.
Wondrous! With the death of the Froblets, the cloak is free from their icy enchantment! Grab it before more Froblets arrive! Now hurry up and get the hack out of there! Wait, why can't I stop saying hack? Whatever. Return to me, Hack Prentice! Ah, I did it again!
Alright, but what if we just keep these awesome magic items for ourselves?
That doesn't sound very heroic at all.
What are you talking about? We looted them fair and square. We just risked our lives out there. Hey, that rhymed.
Yeah, but we agreed to a quest.
A quest built on a foundation of lies?
If you don't finish the quest, you don't get XP.
Oh, but I'm so close to my super cool class feature.
Then you know what you must do, Valentino.
Who knew being a hero was fraught with so much moral ambiguity?
You've been subcontracting your apprenticeship behind my back, have you? The Smithing Guild will have my head. Or one of our heads, anyway.
Master Tunhammer, it's not what it looks like. They were just helping me with little things. You know, I can't reach the tools on the top shelf. I did all the hard work.
Right. Then let's see your hard work, shall we?
With pleasure.
apprentice. This is the work of a master. This master! In fact, I made these pieces myself! I'm gonna hammer you and your thieving friend into bloody bedpans!
Ah! Protect! Protect your master!
Turn back now, and you might survive. I hope you lose I cannot.
Did you really think I would stay down?
Come then, let us stain this field. Listen. Ha! Better than you have tried.
Apprentice! What have you done? You killed the master of the smithy. Or should I say former master? I'm in charge now. I knew that promotion was headed my way. You can keep that jerk's pick, by the way. It's not like I'll be using it. Mining's for chumps. Now, take your payment and get thee gone! You kinda have a history of killing Master Smiths, which disqualifies you from my apprenticeship program. Some other desperate adventurer will be by to replace you soon enough, I'm sure.
What incredible technique should I learn next? A fine collection, but what to choose?
Great! I'm not fodder! Hey, you're fodder!
We're gonna have to fight this Vorkanar thing at the end of this, aren't we?
Yep, probably.
You afraid of fighting a dragon, Valentine?
What? No, it's just a stupid game anyway.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stupid game? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take that back, Valley.
Okay, take it back, all right? It's the best game ever, of all time.
Now you gotta take it down.
It's a very enjoyable game, and I'm having fun.
Hey, there you go.
I'm a mess you are real good and proper life. Sing me! Hey,
they fall. Magic strike! I shall uphold my oath.
Now, come meet me. I've almost got the bridge down.
I just really like maps. Yet another reason to hone my age.
I can't believe you really did it! That ought to stick a potato in Barkinar's tailpipe!
I'm no biologist, but I'm pretty sure dragons don't have teeth.
Huh? Further proof that Barkinar is a hell huh. Just a little bit more tweaking.
Laid low by the light.
Now we have to split up again. I need you to track down some demolition goblins that work for Barkinar. Steal the plastics they use to open up new mining tunnels. We'll need them for the fight in Barkinar. While you do that, I'm gonna track down the lair of Ice King Freezicles, who dwells under the mountain. We'll need the power of his icy heart to quench the fires of the Great Oven. Just wait up where the trolls melt the ore mine by the enslaved. Goblin, if you can take it up. We'll disrupt their primary source of revenue and weaponry.
You're so ugly!
least you got your spell slots back.
Cross my heart and hope you die! You ain't trouble anywhere! You become a doom!
Shippity bibbity zippity shee.
Short pants!
I will die 1,000 deaths before surrender.
Definitely one, ain't you?
Get this! Ain't too uncomfortable, Shane! What are you getting, spelling bee?
I've located a healing vial. My conscience is clean, villain.
All this isn't enough to earn me that nose ring. Nothing will. That'll show that jug gut wench who the real revolutionary is.
Gut wrench. Charming.
Oh, he's the worst. He's this super pretentious guy who's always going off about politics, but never lifts a finger about any of it. Also, he wears scars. Like, even inside. I think I'm on the trail of Freezercleese. Just keep collecting those bombs. Damn those traitors. But we'll take those bombs they've got and use them to free the goblins once and for all.
Hellblast! Let the magic begin!
You're gonna die hell for me! Dang Pierce, you're here!
heads. I've been giving it my all, but my instructor says I've got the killing instincts of escape. Ugh. I'll never earn my GTFO nose wing at this rate. It's all I've ever wanted since a few days ago when I learned it's a thing.
These bombs should come in handy.
For help! He's right behind me! Oh, thank God you're here! Take this monster down!
We all dying.
Incinerate!
I can...
I'm going to eat your brain! Feelings are right. Bone's gonna connect with your ass bone. Kill you, debone you, then You don't stand a ghost of a chance! Here!
No time for bread!
The ice king! That's exactly what we need! Grab it!
Back in business.
While I rally some more goblins to our cause, I need you to shut down the great oven with the heart of Threesicles. I'll find you when the time comes.
This great oven shall burn no more. Can't I just max out everything? Why does that feel ominous?
Champion, the gathering bell rings. You must make haste toward the tribute arena, and we will prepare for the coming of Organar. I'll meet you along the way. Be on your guard for the oracles. I'm nearly there.
A villain in our midst. Back in business. Blazing!
Tasty treat.
Well, drop!
Oh God, what have I done? No, no, no!
Flashing before my eyes.
Just kidding, I don't do that.
You just made one mistake of your miserable.
I feel magical. Invisible. Now it's my
Why
turn.
me no dice?
Magic miscellaneous projectiles. I can't do it.
Never killed anything before. I hated it. Even though it's for a righteous cause, I can't do that ever again. I'm sorry, but You'll have to fight Varkanar on your own, champion. The tribute arena is just up ahead. Follow me.
Whatever this Vorkanar turns out to be, I look forward to slaying it.
Neither troll nor goblin! How dare you set foot within my realm!
Ha! You will be slain, fiend!
You think you can kill a god?
You're no god, Varkanar!
Heresy! And you are some upstart goblin with delusions of grandeur?
I am Jar of the Dictator, and your reign of terror ends today! Champion, go for the tap!
This is no common foe. Mind the gas!
Insolent vermin! What have you done?
No! Don't use the ball!
Ready to cast! Step into your grave.
Shoot the ball!
You insult! Goblins! You filthy little green gremlins! Defend your god! I command!
that nose ring yet, champion?
This should serve. Your valor is to be commended. But I fear all I have to give you is this nose ring. Here.
What? Really? This would be a truly mighty nose ring, but none of this would have been possible without you. I think you deserve this more than me. On behalf of Goblinkind, I must thank you, champion. We will forever be in your debt. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must inform the GTFO leadership of our victory. There is much to do.
What? Impressive, I know.